up everyone, this is Kermani from Team RipStik here today with some trick tips on Hang 10 nose manuals. Alright, so before you guys begin trying to do this trick, it's important to understand exactly what Hang 10 nose manuals are. And so basically this is just like a regular nose manual where you're balancing on the front wheel, except the difference is instead of having one foot on the front plate and one on the back, you want to have both feet on the front plate. And also, it's important to note that there's two ways to do this. You can either have your feet how my hands are now, which is at a slight angle, kind of sideways, which is a lot easier. And then eventually, as you get a little bit better at this trick, you can turn it and have your feet pointed straight and balance forward, which is the same trick, but it's worth more style points on the new upcoming Harley Jones Pro RipStik game. So my first tip is when you're first learning this trick, you want to focus on learning the version with your feet at a slight angle. And the best way to get started on this is to get comfortable riding with both feet on the front plate. It's a pretty basic trick, but it's important if you're going to be able to do Hang 10 nose manuals. Once you're comfortable with riding with both feet on the front plate, the next step is to start to try to lift the back up. And the key to this is to make sure that your front foot is in front of the caster. That'll give you the ability to put your weight down and lift the back up. Another tip that's very important while learning this trick is it's much better to lift it too little than it is to lift it too much when you're learning. So ease your way into it. If you lift it too little, it'll just drop back down, you can continue to roll. If you lift it too much, it may flop right over and pitch you. So definitely don't learn the hard way. Take my advice and start slowly while lifting this. So now that you guys have gotten comfortable with riding with both feet on the front plate and you've begun practicing lifting the back end up, you're going to notice there's a balance point that you hit. And it's very similar to the balance point that you get in a regular nose manual, except that both your feet are in the front plate. And the key to holding that balance point is just focus on the first 2 or 3 feet of doing it. After that, you're sort of locked in and it becomes much easier to hold. Okay, so now that you're in your Hang 10 nose manual and you found that balance point, the next thing is being able to hold it for a while. And this is just like nose manuals or regular manuals. The trick is counterbalance with your upper body and put your hands out while you're doing it. So the final part of this trick that I can give you a tip on is how to get out of the nose mani and back into the riding position. And it might not be exactly what you think. It might seem like you can just set it down and then step back, but that makes it a little bit more difficult. I would highly recommend from the Hang 10 position, pushing forward a little bit, and then lifting your back foot and slapping it down square in the plate so that you don't wash out to one side or the other. Alright, so now that you guys got your Hang 10 nose manis and you're getting balance with it, eventually if you want to step up your game, you can try to do it with your feet straight forward. This is much harder to learn, and basically what this involves is when you're first getting into the position, you want to kind of hop and land with both your feet facing forward and then push down on your toes and hold your balance using both feet. And I didn't learn this trick on a RipStik. I learned it first on a skateboard, and so I would recommend that you guys practice it on a skateboard first and then move it over to RipStik. And if you are going to do that, basically the breakdown is first get your nose manuals down, then get Hang 5 nose manuals where you have one foot doing the balancing and one foot as a counterweight. And then when you get that, and you get comfortable with that Hang 5 nose manual, you want to swing that counterbalance foot up, set it down next to your plant foot, and continue to do the nose manual with both feet on the nose. And in reality, when you're doing that, your plant foot still is doing most of the balancing and doing all the manualing, and your plant foot's just resting. But that's what it took for me to learn to be able to switch it over to a RipStik. And that pretty much wraps it up, guys. I don't know what else I could tell you other than get out there, practice, wear your pads, and make sure you're having fun above all else. This is Kermani for Team RipStik, signing out. Late.